It's all relative to the time. So I think if they were getting that money back then to the greats, I don't think the money would have changed them. I think they were driven by something greater. I put myself in that category. I put Killer in that same category. I put Biggie. I put Hove. I put everybody, Nas, everybody I could think of, Busta Rhyme, anybody you could think of that's somebody you're not excluded, Redman, all the people I looked up to. And I thought that whether the money was there or not, they would have been that same artist. Yeah, it was the passion that they were driven by. Yeah. And that doesn't make Hov not an excellent artist, but that wasn't the person I looked up to. So all the rest of them was people that I got stuff from. Method Man. I think Method Man would have been the same artist whether he made the money or not, because they were driven by what they were driven by.
What if the biggest rap legends were destined to win even if the money never came? Cam'ron and Mase just made a bold claim that flips the whole conversation about success in hip-hop. They argue that icons like Jay-Z, Nas, and the late Notorious B.I.G. weren't created by million-dollar record deals or massive music industry budgets. They believe that those legends would have become all-time greats no matter how much they were paid, because their drive came from passion and not paychecks. The discussion goes way beyond rap. It dives into wealth, success, business, entrepreneurship, and legacy, and what really separates elite performers from everybody else. Cam even admits that the money changes people's lifestyles, but he says that the hunger to win is something money can never buy. Now I'm about to let y'all hear this for yourselves, but before I do, I just need y'all to like, leave y'all thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
I think it's all relative. Now that I heard that word, I can't unhear it, because my mother made $500 a week. My stepdad, we thought he was balling, and he made a rack a week, right? $50,000 in the 80s was like, you really had, they would say, oh, he has a great job. You know what I'm saying? This is a keeper. $50,000 a year, you better keep him and you better do well by him. You know, today, if somebody said, hey, your boyfriend make $50,000, girl on Instagram is gonna go, oh, $50,000. Who makes $50,000? You know, if you say that today to a young lady, 18 years old, she's like, oh, my part-time job, I make $50,000. You know, it's all relative to the time. So I think if they were getting that money back then to the greats, I don't think the money would have changed them. I think they were driven by something greater. I put myself in that category. I put Killer in that same category. I put Biggie. I put Hove. I put everybody, Nas, everybody I could think of, Busta Rhyme, anybody you could think of that's somebody you're not excluded, Redman, all the people I looked up to. And I thought that whether the money was there or not, they would have been that same artist. Yeah, it was the passion that they were driven by. Yeah. And that doesn't make Hov not an excellent artist, but that wasn't the person I looked up to. So all the rest of them was people that I got stuff from. Method Man. I think Method Man would have been the same artist whether he made the money or not, because they were driven by what they were driven by.
Good take. Cam?
And what's this question exactly?
Yeah, basically, if 90s players made today's salary, do you think that they would act different? And then Mase also went into kind of like entertainers and music and things now. Do you think
stated entertainment.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I asked you that. Like, you answered that perfectly.
Yeah.
But I'm also clarifying. That's how we also got there, too. But that was great. So, Cam, what's your opinion on that?
When you say act different, what do you mean exactly?
Like, do you think that they would act differently than modern players? Because I know we're going into the conversation of like, okay, I don't want to say they're being disrespected, but people feel as if because these players are making this certain money, I have this expectation, or they should be tougher, or they should move different. Like, yes.
They're very disgruntled with today's athletes because of the money they make. Do you think they will move different, perform different on the court? What's your take?
Yes.
I don't think that they would. I think Mase is correct. It was about winning, not just sports-wise and whatever you was trying to do. You want to be a winner. If you're talking about as far as the money they would make, I think everybody acts a little different when they make more money. I don't think nobody's the same person. Not saying that morally you're not the same person, but you're going to go out and get a car. Not going to say, John F. Kennedy may have still took the train and shit, and the Kennedys and shit. But it depends on your environment, too. When you come from a poor environment and not having a lot, and then you get a lot, you're going to act different. If you're talking about as far as success and being motivated to win, that's really what it's about. Now, the money is always key, but you want to win. That's what it's really about. And I don't care what you're in. Mase just went to the awards the other day. I told him I'm not going. They're not going to put the camera on me if we lose. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to win. And sometimes people bring you places to embarrass you to show that you're the most popular person there and you didn't win. So, but congratulations. We didn't talk about it, too, that we won the award, Mase. That was dope.
Yeah.
Congratulations. But yeah, I'm motivated by winning, and the money being, don't get me wrong, motivated by money as well, because you want to make sure you live a comfortable life. But I think that you want to be the best that you could be in whatever you're doing.
The biggest takeaway isn't about money. It's about what creates greatness in the first place. I actually think that this is one of those conversations that applies to almost every industry. People love to debate contracts, salaries, and net worth because those numbers are easy to compare. What's much harder to measure is the mindset that gets somebody to the top before the money ever shows up. That's what stood out to me about this discussion. Cameron and Mase weren't saying money has no value. They were just saying that real greatness usually starts long before the first paycheck. If somebody has the discipline to outwork everybody else around them, then higher earnings simply give them more opportunities. They don't magically create talent or passion. And here's a quick business fact for y'all. Music catalogs have become billion-dollar assets. Artists today can earn long after releasing their biggest hits through streaming, licensing, publishing, and their catalog ownership. That shows why building something timeless can be even more valuable than chasing a quick paycheck. So let me ask y'all this. Do you agree with Cameron and Mase that Jay-Z, Nas, and Biggie would have reached legendary status no matter how much money they made? And out of Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Cameron, and Mase, whose career best proves that passion matters more than the paycheck? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.